So I'm going to try to start with what happened on 15 and then walk you down to this definition as far as what happened here. Okay? Ready?
Sorry. Yep.
Okay, it's Lieutenant Dan McGrath, McGrath. 9:27 this morning, we received a call from a victim who reported that both he and a female inside the vehicle were shot. And they thought they were at Charleston, but officers were responding up the freeway found them. Their car had hit the barrier at I-15 in Spring Mountain. The male was driving, he's in his 50s, and a female in her late 40s was in the passenger seat. Officers responded up here. They were transported to UMC. He is in stable condition, and just before 11 o'clock, she was pronounced deceased from gunshot wounds. Over the next several minutes, there are other calls coming in. We have another vehicle that was hit 3 times. And then we have a semi-truck that was hit also. He believes it was near Tropicana and I-15. This is all in the southbound lanes. So there may be other people out there that had their vehicle shot at or hit or heard gunshots. We would like to talk to them. So that's what we have. We have 3 cars being shot, the truck and 2 cars. 2 people injured, 1 deceased. At 9:43 hours, we start receiving calls from the CVS here at Windmill Boulevard. They described a black male with 2 handguns entering the store. We have at least 4 or 5 employees and several customers in the store. They're being interviewed right now. But in summary, he entered the store. We are being told 2 handguns. He tried to sexually assault a female inside, which is what is described to us. She was able to push him away, and the employees sheltered in place, and there were several 911 calls. Separate group of officers responded out to the CVS. They formulated a plan that surrounded the business. And about 10-20 hours or so, he was in the entryway. He exited the store. They could not see if he did not have a gun in his hand, but they didn't know if he still had a gun on his person because he was seen with 2 handguns. He was not compliant. He would not listen to the officer's commands. Officers, a sergeant and a canine officer, made a really good decision. They weren't going to allow him back in the store or back in the vehicle. So since he was not complying, they let the dog loose. He suffered dog bites on his lower leg and his thigh. He is being treated at UMC right now. He's described as a black male in his late 20s. We don't know the motive. We don't know if he's under the influence of a controlled substance. He did not make any comments other than a couple of irrational statements. So we have not spoken to him, and we don't believe we will be speaking to him. So he was taken into custody about 10-21 hours right outside the CVS after he was bitten. And at that point still, he was not compliant. Really good response from the patrol officers as far as how this was handled. And I have to compliment the CVS employees also for calling right away and having a plan to go in, lock themselves in shelter in place. So I'll try to take a few questions.
And you said that there were on the freeway 3 victims, 2 injured, 1 who has been killed. The semi-truck driver was injured?
He is not injured. He heard gunshots around Tropicana and I-15. He got out of his truck about Russell and 15, and you notice he had 2 impacts into the semi. So he called in and he stood by, and he's being interviewed right now. So the employees being interviewed right now. Our other victim, where he tried to assault, is being interviewed. So there's a lot of work going on right now. Unfortunately, CVS is going to be closed down for the next 4 4 or 5 hours, I would say. We believe the handguns are inside the CVS. At least we know one. They were described 2, probably still inside. Nobody's inside the CVS. Unfortunately, in these types of incidents, we had to close down 15. Then we had officers walk from Sahara all the way to Spring Mountain looking for evidence. We did recover several pieces. We don't know if they're related to this event. So that was the delay because the victim described Charleston, so we believe the shooting happened somewhere near Sahara. So we were trying to recover evidence related to the shooting. Unfortunately, it delayed people. Hopefully they understand this is a homicide investigation. And we apologize, but we have to do things the right way. And it was probably shut down for maybe an hour, and we worked as quickly as possible to recover evidence. It should be fully open at this point. We were having the car towed to the lab, but that is the crime scene, so that's why we have to do that.
With this being an ongoing investigation, do we have at least at this point any motive for the shooting?
Don't have a motive. He did not. He done. I don't know. I can't speculate on the motive, but we were not able to question him and give a coherent answer. He seemed a little maybe under the influence of maybe.
Is he from the area?
Yeah, he is a resident in North Las Vegas, which we have detectives at right now, trying to figure out, number one, make sure nobody was injured over there, and then number 2, if there's any more guns or any evidence there. So that's being worked on right now.
So is this a random?
2 guns at the CVS with him. So
This
basically,
is
he
from
ran
the
off
witness
foot.
now, and if you only cover one gun, sometimes eyewitnesses, he might have had a phone, but they described, she's a very good witness, 2 handguns. So we'll have to wait till we see when we recover that, but sometimes, you see a gun, and, it's very scary. So the information that I received, there was 2 handguns as he entered. That was multiple calls.
I know your rational statements made when you share that.
I can't tell you that right now. He wasn't talking in a coherent manner to answer why he did this, so we're just not going to repeat what he said.
Earlier was
Was
this
he in the white car that was
Yes.
over here earlier? Did he just park in the middle of the parking?
Yes, the white car was parked right in front of the entrance to CVS.
And that's when he ran into CVS, and then they got him to leave, and that's when the canine came after him. Is that how that worked?
There was probably a good, so the time of the call is 9:43, several calls here. He's taken into custody at 10:21. So there was a bit of a standoff, and the patrol officers are working to evacuate people out the back. And, so we're trying to figure out what we have. He did not fire, as far as I know, any shots inside CVS. We're trying to interview everybody before we go inside. So that's where we're at right now.
Is there a
Any idea
preliminary report on his possible criminal background and past one?
They're sending that to me. I'm told he has a criminal history, but I don't know exactly what it is. And I was told also he has a gang affiliation, but that will also be sent to me. So that was part of our briefing too.
Did you already address whether the people in the car were from Las Vegas?
Yes, they are from Las Vegas.
Thank you.
And would you say that this was a random shooting? That's how it
Totally
was
random, unrelated. I don't know why he would shoot at all these various vehicles on 15. There may be other people that get home and find their vehicle has a gunshot in it. If somebody was in CVS and ran, like you should do, get out, and they did see something or see him with a gun, please call. You can email homicide. You can call us. Call Crime Stoppers. We would like to speak to